Hello, welcome to new video. Today we're going to take a look at 2 new trailers, a new Pokemon, and a lot of opportunities for the new season. Today we're going to take a look at 2 things that got just released for the Pokemon Go from, I think, the World Championship again. Like, those are 2 new trailers for it. We're going to see here the first one, breaking news, which they swipe away. Of course, you're going to have some big news coming up here. We're going to have, of course, the official announcement kinda for Dynamax Pokemon coming into Pokemon Go. But not only this, we also know when they're going to come into Pokemon Go. A little bit further down, we're going to see in the text now. This is just all we know. We didn't see anything else other than just like this little teaser towards it yet. Something big is coming. And yeah, we don't know exactly the date yet. But what we know is that it's going to be available next season. So basically here, one note waits here in the next Pokemon Go adventure. It is basically already confirmed at this point that a new season means big changes, big battles, and big Pokemon. We have already big battles and big changes coming up here with the new Go Battle League change, which is already cool, and now we want to have also the confirmation now that we're gonna get next season already Dynamax, which is really cool. Hopefully from the beginning as well would be really cool. Gonna be interesting how it's going to be in the main game. There have been some other news as well towards Dynamax as well, which I'm gonna showcase pretty quick as well. Basically, the animation is kind of finally ready now. We see as well that power spots are available basically in tasks, and here is going to be the main animation for basically the upcoming feature. We see the Dynamax Pokemon here as well, Pokeball getting powered up, now with all the background, with the clouds as well. Everything kinda done for it. Pokemon Group is able to kinda put this into the game already based on what we have in the current game files, and this is looking pretty epic. Here you're gonna see also the encounter for Charmander. Not all of them are yet in there. Here right now currently the Cantostars are in, with the Squirtle as well as the Charmander, and now recently got added also some more Generation 8 Pokemon with the Squirtle family as well as the Voodoo family. So those are now going to be available as well, basically from the game code out, but like nothing really crazy. That's of course currently in-game, but going to be very likely in-game next season, which is going to be very cool. So that is kind of the thing for Dynamax. More things now found in the code, more Pokemon were found there, and also the animation is now kind of fixed and finalized. So that's going to be kind of interesting. The next interesting thing is going to be a new Pokemon coming into Pokemon Go, and the Pokemon itself might not be the most interesting one for most people. Morpeko here is going to be an interesting kind of Pikachu clone, but what we see already is that it's gonna get Aura Real, and we can even see based on the trailer here, if we're gonna skip it or like wait a little bit here, Aura Real is going to be, we're gonna go up a little bit further again. Aura Real is going to have the energy here already. Energy is apparently higher than something like Crunch, so it's most likely going to be around like 50 to 60 energy for Aura Real, and I doubt that this is going to be a great one in general, but it's going to open up multiple things. So basically, what Aura Real is doing here, it's going to change the form of this Pokemon. And here's the thing, I might want to make a video just for every single form change that could happen in Pokemon Go based on this feature. You see already, this Pokemon now has a different form. Mid-battle it can change, and that's also going to change the type of the move. Aura Real. Aura Real is either electric or dark typing depending on which kind of state the Pokemon is in. So basically in the main state, just starting off, it's going to be the electric type, and as soon as you use it once, it's going to be dark typing. And that's going to be kind of interesting because of course it's going to change depending on what kind of Pokemon you're going to encounter against you as well. But it's going to also allow us to see kinda that there is a way now to make form changes midway through the battle, and this is kinda huge because this is something that has not been the thing before, and it's going to open up quite a bit. And this also makes it kinda more understanding that some Pokemon are not in the game yet that might come into the game very soon. And what we're also going to see here as well with it is that, Morpeko here right now, real quick, we're going to see that this Pokemon has an overall rating of only 1617, which is not ideal. 1617 is definitely a little bit of a squishier side. The current moves is Thunder Shock, Bite, which is already the Bite there as well. Crunch, Payback, Wild Charge, as well as the Thunderbolt. Currently Crunch and Wild Charge definitely the best moveset. And I don't think that ours here, ours Real of course, is going to make this Pokemon way better or anything like this, especially based on the stats that apparently have there. But still, it is going to be interesting on how this Pokemon is going to perform here for the Ultra League. This Pokemon cannot actually really battle, and that the CP level is a little bit too low for it. But what this kind of opens up is just form changes. And here's the thing, if you want to see a detailed video about all the form changes, all the stats that can change, stuff like this, leave a like on the video. I would really just appreciate your feedback. If you want to see it, feel free to let me know in the comment section, leave a like on the video. There are a ton of form changes could come, but basically what I have to do is I have to program a lot of them into the game code for like PvPoke in order to really showcase it to you. So if you want to see this, feel free to leave a like, because it's going to be a lot of work for me. But anyway, those are all like form changes here that you can do before battle, but not during the battle, so that's not really that relevant for us, but there are quite a lot of other ones that we can take a look at here real quick as well. This form change here would be based on an item, but like we don't really count this one in. Same goes for a sky form, like this was also before the battle, you can't do it midway through, but there are some other ones. For example, Zen Mode Darmanitan. Basically, Zen Mode Darmanitan would be something that could now be available as well. This Pokemon would basically get into the Zen Mode if the hit points be less than 50% during the battle, if it has a specific hidden ability, which I don't know how they're going to do this for Pokemon Go. Maybe it's kind of like the Rockruff, where you can see already before which kind of Pokemon it evolves to, like maybe it stays in a Darmanitan form, maybe goes into Zen Mode. But basically with the now mid-battle form change, also Zen Mode Darmanitan might be possible, and Zen Mode Darmanitan would be very likely way better for PvP as well, so this might be an interesting change. Also shifts the typing to Fire and Psychic, and there's also the Galarian form for it later on as well. But again, like if you want to see a detailed video towards that, feel free to leave a like on the video, would really appreciate it to see if you want to see it or not. But anyway, there are going to be some other forms as well. For example, here Meloetta would be one of them as well. If you use the move, I think is it Ancient Voice here apparently, then you would be able to change this Pokemon to the Fighting and Normal type form, which might be one of the best forms as well for the open Master League, which you're gonna see soon. We're going to have Greninja next. Greninja is going to have the Ash Greninja form, which is working with the Battle Bond ability. Currently not available anymore, but it was available through, I think, like 2 generations. So this would be kind of interesting as well for it. If Ash Greninja is coming into the game, this would be the way of this Pokemon getting into it. Of course, one of the most common ones would be Aegislash, would form change midway through by basically, for example, if you go for an attack form, and most likely would go into the attack state, which makes it very frail, but it does do a lot of damage with it. If you use a shield, it goes back into the shield form, make it a little bit more bulkier, making this Pokemon a very interesting Pokemon to use, and this might be one of the coolest new Pokemon coming up as well when this is actually available like this. So this is going to be one of the cooler ones as well then. But again, like if you want to see a more detailed video towards it, then feel free to leave a like on this video. And also, of course, subscribe to it. We have Wishy Washy, which would be another one which can also form to the school form, which is also not in the game code yet, or like available yet, which I feel like kind of showcases why maybe those Pokemon were not released yet, because they were planning on getting a different kind of way of introducing it. Same goes for Minior. Minior would be a Pokemon that drops, if it drops below 50% health form, the outer shell disappears, like gets cracked open, and it has completely different stats afterwards, which would make this Pokemon very interesting as well for battling. And we can move on now to some more ones down here. Ice Skill would be another one where it's also going to be definitely affecting it when it gets hit by a charge attack, most likely in Pokemon Go. Then it would change its phase, its form here and its phase, of course, to the no ice phase, which would be an interesting one as well. And I think this was basically it for the form changes. Never mind, Palafin. Palafin would be also one that you would get if you switch it out to the hero form, which might be also an interesting change as well, depending on how you would do it in Pokemon Go. You could even do the same thing again. If you lead it with it and just swap out straight away, you would have the hero form later on, which would be an interesting thing for Pokemon Go. Here, though, this is the thing as well, which might be a little bit tricky for it. A lot of them would change the CP stat as well for it, because these stats change. So I don't know how Niantic is going to do it. Are they allowing basically, if one form is like a standard form that you start with is below 1500 CP, you can use it in the Open Great League? I don't know how that's going to be, because, for example, here the stats would change more towards attack, of course. Actually, the bulk also buffs as well. This would make maybe something like the hero form a little bit too strong. I don't know. But yeah, again, if you want to see like some kind of video towards that, feel free to leave a like on this one. I think this was it basically with the changes during, never mind, actually Cramorant is also one of the Pokemon that can change during the battle, getting either a fish or a Pikachu in its mouth, giving it a little bit more extra attack with it as well as soon as it got hit by a charge move, for example. This would be kind of interesting as well. So like there are a lot of Pokemon that we could take a look at. Again, if you want to see something like this, feel free to leave a like on the video. And that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Small update. Again, here we know that there's going to be the Dynamax coming up. And we know also that, of course, we're going to get Morpeko. We don't even know when. Coming soon again. We don't know a certain date. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.